Hi guys, welcome to OG Cars, and today we are looking at a set of financial mistakes. And here they are. We have bought 7 cars? Oh dear. So we're starting in barn number 1, and I'll start off with how we even got here. So obviously you guys know my brown Wartburg 353 that I had. I was tipped off that here in Pembrokeshire, where we come on holiday every now and then, there was a blue Wartburg tourist right-hand drive estate sitting on the side of the road, and a Skoda favourite as well, a red estate. And me and Georgina, we popped down and we saw these cars, and we were tipped off to the whereabouts of the owner, so we called them, and they have these 2 barns, which we thought was just, you know, full of nothing, but it's full of something and everything. So there's basically a selection of Skoda favourites, a Trabant and some Wartburgs. So we're going to do a little video now to show you what there is, and we'll dive straight in with this. This is the rarest Skoda favourite of them all, possibly even ever, because this is a favourite CD, which apparently it is. None on Sawn and none on licensed currently on the DVLA. But obviously this one does still exist, and the paperwork for most of these cars is still there. So yeah, it's a GLXIE spec with the CD special edition, which unfortunately the CD player has been lost and it now has a tape deck, so it's just the gimmick now. But yeah, we'll have to try and find something for that. But that has been purchased, and it's quite a clean little car.
It's very clean for a favourite.
Yes.
We've been having a look around it, and whilst it won't start,
no, not
it's
it
the
turns
cleanest.
over. Turns over though, so all of these cars are going to need a lot of work, but at least this one doesn't need loads of welding. So coming further down now, we can see that there's a few panels in places. There's a Trabant estate that's been broken up, so we've got various parts here. There's Wartburg bonnets, bumpers, seats, Trabant seats over there. There's Skoda parts everywhere. There's a boot lid for a Wartburg there. There's Wartburg doors and quarter panels and wings. In the other barn, there's Skoda favourite parts there as well. So there's plenty of parts here too. And there's this lovely little number, although I say lovely, it's got lots of holes. It's a Trabant 601, and they are made of Duraplast on the outside, so they give an appearance that even though it's absolutely covered in muck and stuff, it gives an appearance that it's not completely destroyed, but underneath it is quite bad. So I'm not entirely sure what the plan is going to be with this one yet, but the price wise, we did a deal on all the cars, because the owner wants to get rid of all of them as one. So we've done a deal to take all of them bar the Skoda Felicias, which the owner's going to do something with. But yeah, we've done the deal on that, so we'll have a think about what this one's going to be. If you come closer, you can have a quick look around. I mean, you can just see it's quite mucky, and you know the rust is sort of dripping down from where there is metal, but underneath is the true story, and that is where the it's mostly on the back. That's where the rust is. The front isn't too bad. When I first came to see the car a few months ago, I sort of looked in here and thought, oh, it doesn't look too bad. But looking underneath the back is another story. So we'll see what happens with this one. But it was parked outside for a long time before it ended up in here. So unfortunately, it's not fared the best. But yeah, let's move on to the next car. And we've now made it outside to the next Skoda, which we've just pulled out of the barn. It's a Skoda favourite GLXIE, very similar to the CD, although it is just I'll say a base GLXIE. It is still top spec, it's just not a special edition. This side has been outside before, as you may be able to tell, and unfortunately, because of that, this side is quite rotten at the rear end. The fuel lines, in fairness, is a common problem anyway, rusting, but they are particularly bad. But yeah, particularly grimy. Most of it will probably clean up, we'll probably polish up, but we're unsure on this one at the moment because it's so rusty this side underneath, and the doors, you can see here, the bottoms of the doors are going, so we're still unsure on this one as well. But obviously the CD is very much a saver, not a breaker. This one may be a donor, but maybe a maker, so we'll have to have a proper look at it at some point and see. And see if it even runs as well, I suppose, and look elsewhere. But that is that one, and we'll just quickly show you this Felicia. We haven't bought this one, but this is just a nice little car that you don't really see anymore, so thought we'd feature it. Nice little old P-Reg Felicia. So.
And this is going back on the road.
He's got a Dacia at the moment, a newer one, and he's always been into. He says he's been into Skoda since 1988, and he's had Fiat 126s and Skoda 120s and Estelles and plenty of favourites, as you can see, Felicias and Wartburgs, Trabants, Barcath, everything. So he's really been into that sort of style thing. So he wants to get this back on the road again, as sort of like a daily car, and get rid of the Dacia. So just a forewarning, space is limited in the second barn here. There's plenty of stuff in here, but this is the next purchase on the list, which is another Wartburg. Now you may notice I've just sold my Wartburg 353, and that's partially because I've got this as another project, because this one did actually run, and it's a left-hand drive. It's I believe it's a 1984. It's I believe it's a maker, not a breaker as well. So you can see, like from the front here, that the bonnet is plenty rusty, and I believe the rear quarters are gone. But there's a new bonnet and there's new rear quarters somewhere in here as well. So
There's enough new panels to warrant trying to save it.
Yeah, there's enough new panels in here to basically build another car. So if anything needs replacing, it should be fine. And having a look underneath, the underneath looks pretty good. So obviously it's not as easy as just replacing the underneath. You have to obviously cut and weld a lot of stuff if you do that. So that's the money shot when it comes to getting something. So I'm glad that this is hopefully a buildable project, and we did manage to run it very briefly. So we know that the engine works, which is a good start as well. So that one will be coming back with us, and we'll see what to do with that one as well. Another honourable mention is this Skoda Felicia. It's an estate, I believe it's a Pacific edition, and it's got an LPG system as well as a normal conventional petrol system, and I believe the owner's going to do something with this as well. It wasn't involved in the package deal, so again, just an honourable mention, but there it is. Apologies that the lighting is not great and the space is not great here. We're right at the back of barn 2 now, and there is stuff everywhere. This is a K-Reg Skoda favourite. It's a estate forum. It's quite an early one. You can tell by the early grille, it's a carved model. It's got really nice interior. It's done, I think, about 30,000 miles. This one's been in here for 20 years? Yeah, 20 years.
We suspected this because we saw the reg last time we looked it up and there was no MOT on record. And Bob confirmed he put it in here in 2000, something like that. So
yeah,
it's been in here the whole time.
He said it was 9 years old actually, so yeah, it's been roughly 20 years that it's been in here. So it would be great to pull this one out, and this one it will hopefully be a peach. So it's a good one to have out. Next up, we're gonna go outside the barn and show you what's outside.
Just to give you an idea of how tight it is in here.
Yes, there's quite a lot of stuff and a lot of parts. And here it is, the car that brought us here. It is a right-hand drive, original UK Wartburg Tourist, which is the estate, and it is suitably destroyed. The wings, the bonnet, the doors, the chassis, the floor. Come in, have a look at this. You should see the inside, and that's a hole, and that's not going to be a whole lot of good. So,
but it does run.
It does run. I think we're going to have to include the video of that just after this clip. But yeah, we managed to get this going, and it didn't even take anything, did it? Literally just took a bit of petrol, oil mix, and a new battery, and it just went. So yeah, it's I'd like to say it's a maker, not a breaker, but there's nothing to make on this. There is genuinely nothing left. The chassis is destroyed, the body's destroyed. It's got an engine that works though, so it's part of the deal. And I'd say it's complete, but it's just complete with rusty bits, so it's something.
Anyway, let's give it a go.
Anyway.
It is in gear.
15 gear. How did you manage that? Hold on. Save the battery. You've got to get home.
You've got to get home.
Give it a go.
here's what we came in. We brought Kelly, the Skoda favourite, and we brought Jurassic Panda. We're hoping to take a few parts back with us today. And this is the last part of the package deal. And that's a part of a package deal we didn't need today. Andy's come over to help us today take some parts, and he's kindly volunteered to take the seats out of this lovely red Skoda and put them in Kelly.
Weather's perfect for it as well.
It is.
Welcome to Pembrokeshire. Yeah, this is a J-Reg Skoda favourite, and it is suitably destroyed. As you can see down the side, the paint is absolutely shot. The rear sills and arches are absolutely mullered, so we are not worried by potting this one out. And it's been sat out here for, well, I imagine 15, 20 years. So.
Yeah, it's got to be close to the Wartburg, so.
Yeah, the Wartburg has been parked there for 20 years as well, the blue one. And obviously the Skoda favourite estate in there was 20 years as well. So it's been a while since a lot of these have turned wheels. And unfortunately the ones that are outside, the Wartburg and this one, have not fared well with it. So those ones will be breakers, but they'll obviously all go to help other cars stay on the road. So that's what matters. So we're going to cut the video here because we've got the last couple of hours removing a couple of things and trying to help Andy, otherwise he'll be annoyed with us making videos. Goodbye. Hi guys, welcome to OG Cars, and today, there it is.